Actually, I would like to hear that question first.
Bad. Hi, everybody.
You're gonna do an intro, Stacy?
Yep, gonna do an intro.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us with this session of Meet the Author. Peter Meredith is here by my side today because we've been having some technical difficulties. Thank you for Victoria and Seamus for joining us on this Zoom chat today. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Hey, thank you.
Awesome.
So this is just going to be a real casual Zoom chat today, just asking some questions to Peter about anything that kind of is on your mind that maybe you wouldn't usually ask him on a regular interview. I don't know. So just we're gonna have fun with this.
All right, we're gonna start.
Right. So
We're gonna start with you, Seamus.
Okay. Right. Well, my first question is, I have lots of weird superstitions and stuff, and I just wondered, whenever you start writing, do you have any particular rituals or superstitions that you put yourself through to give yourself good luck when you're writing? I mean, I have certain I have certain things where I have to put a certain sock on a certain foot before I'll even go out the house. Maybe I have OCD, but
It sounds like a little bit. Well, first off, the premise of the question is wrong because I never stop writing. So there is no.
Well, yeah.
Once I'm done with one book, if the sun's still up, I will immediately start on the next book, basically. But I don't have any superstitious things that I do. I have quirks when I'm writing. Like I will loop the same song over and over again, and it just plays in the background.
Yeah,
right. And it
that's the sort of thing I meant.
Right.
Do you have a lucky song or an unlucky song?
Nope. It changes. It changes depending on the book and what the feel of the book is. Sometimes the song and the book will match. And I'm like, I can't get rid of the book, so I get rid of the song. So everyone is crazy because they keep hearing the same song just over and over and over again. But it just sort of drills in the back of my head as I go. But that's about it, I think.
Oh, that's disappointing. I thought you might have OCD like myself.
No, we can't be all unique like you.
I like how you use the word unique, Seamus.
We're all unique.
What are some of the songs you like to jam to? What are your favorites?
Oh, I'm an old geezer, so I will have Eagles and frequently Led Zeppelin. Kashmir will be playing in the background.
Nice.
Right now, I have a song that I heard on the Tarantino movie, Kill Bill. It was Please Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. And that is a song.
Oh, yeah.
Like 10, 12
Great
minutes
flick.
long. Yeah. So those are the kinds of things. Journey frequently will appear in my head, be in there, and I dream it. That's not the best part. I'll wake up and it's
Little Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
I mean,
sometimes if a song is too wordy, or if I will singing to it, I can't do it because I'm supposed to be concentrating. I can't be, just belting out the tunes.
Well, it's
I mean,
funny when you
does your musical taste sort of change depending on which genre or which character you're writing? If you're doing a fighting scene or
they usually don't. It just depends on the book and the mood. Normally it'll be one or two, maybe three songs that I listen to over and over again during the course of writing a book, and that's 3 months long, and that's a lot of repetition right there. So, and it really does change.
Yeah. No.
Sometimes it'll be Eminem, and sometimes
whatever works for you. Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes it's musicals.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah, Mamma Mia.
Awesome.
I've heard Mamma Mia when I'm walking down blaring in his office before. strange.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
While you're writing Death and Destruction, you're listening to Mamma Mia? What the hell?
Hey, that's anarchy.
No Sex Pistols. Isn't there a Sex Pistols? Oh,
No.
can't remember. It's been a long time. In my old days. Fred, did you have a question?
Well, speaking of, things like that, what are your pet peeves? What kind of annoys you? What, either in writing or just in real life? What are some things that really piss you off?
Be careful how you answer
careful.
this.
This was
Careful how you answer, of course.
This was an easier question when I was going to be up in my office to answer. Now I'm like, perfect.
Go for it. Go for it.
My biggest pet peeve,
Filtered, right?
filtered,
No filters.
is being interrupted when I'm writing by having to sleep or anything like that or other things. Because you get in the flow.
Distractions.
Right. And the story is filling your head, and then suddenly you get pulled out. So it's like, the record, the needle across the record, and then you have to re-immerse yourself. And every time that happens, it takes a few minutes, and you're like, where was I? What was going on? What was the feel? And so that's why I give advice of telling people, authors, don't stop writing. Write every single day, because if you lose that feel, it's really hard to get back, and then the work feels choppy, and I have to go back 2 chapters and reread, and every time I go back, I'm like, oh, this sentence could be better, and this sentence could be better, and so that's not the best thing either, because no book is perfect in my world, and so I always want to make it more perfect, so I have to stop eventually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As good as it gets. Another pet peeve.
No, I get that.
Well, he never complains when I walk into the office naked.
No, never.
That interruption doesn't seem to.
That's the key.
I complain that she doesn't do it enough.
There you go.
Well, if you need to get him to stop writing, that will do the trick.
Right.
Another pet peeve is when readers, generally reviewers who are unhappy with my work, they will take any negative part of a character, and they'll assign me the negative traits. So if I have a racist character, clearly the bad guy, he's terrible, he's evil, I must be racist too. And I'm like, how is that possible? But the flip side is not true. They never assign me the positive traits of any of the positive characters. And I mean, that happens around.
Isn't that weird?
I was muttering, not as smart as Jilly Bean. So
Yeah, see.
one of those things where it bothers me, where I'm like, I'm not that character. I just wrote the character.
Yeah. I'm always a positive reviewer. If I read a book and don't enjoy it, I just won't leave a review. It's I tend to only leave positive reviews.
Well, that's nice.
I'm the same way. I try to be constructive if I'm going to do it.
Right. Well, I'm starting you guys read some of my Mandalorian reviews and some of my movie reviews, that kind of stuff. So I can't claim to be in the same boat as you two. I'm often a pirate boat, because I will. So writer or a newbie writer, I don't leave bad reviews. I might message them and say, you could work here, you could work on this or that. But if it's Stephen King, he's got a dozen editors and people who go line by line, and so they're kind of free game in my book. But I think for pet peeves. What was that, Seamus?
No, I'll say, I mean, for an author like Stephen King, to be honest, I don't even bother giving him reviews. He has like 1 million. So it's like, I feel mine is like to use a phrase,
drop in the bucket.
A piss in the ocean. Yes.
Every one of them helps, definitely. I mean, the positive one, make a mark for his sale. Yeah. So you got to have that attitude.
Well, I've always been big on the independent scene, whether it be music, authors, or anything like that. So that's why I always like to help out people that are basically doing it almost DIY, you know, and I mean, an author like Stephen King, but saying that, I've picked up errors in books by all manner of mega famous authors,
Me
you know,
too.
and I don't know.
Yeah, those things I
But
pick about, and really, it's rare that I'll actually leave a poor review on. I'd never leave a poor review on Amazon, but on my own personal sites, I feel that's different. I'm allowed to voice my opinions.
yeah, well, that's different. Yeah.
My Facebook, and that's only where it is. So you have to come looking for me to find my review. I'm not going to go blaring it out, you know, on Amazon where the whole world can see. So that's another slight difference. So, of course, now
Yeah.
Facebook, everyone has an opinion. Yay! All right, what's the next question?
Right. I actually do have a question. It's a bit of a silly one, but it's one that I've noticed. Do you curse the inventor of the QWERTY keyboard for placing the letter R and the letter F so close together? Hence, so many typos of or and of.
I know what you're saying.
And why is I next to you, next to O?
So when I
Don't even
first
get me
started
started.
writing, when I first started writing, I couldn't type. So I wrote everything out longhand, and I would then go back and I would boink, 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 and like look around. Where the hell is? Oh, there's the Q. And I mean, that's how bad it was for me. So I understand what you're saying. This odd setup they have, it makes no sense, and I do see my own errors. If I, especially weird things like if I write the two words above her, they frequently come out as above her in one word, and I'll come back and I'm like, what is that above her? Why would I? Well, and I will forget the is. If that this is Bob, it comes out this Bob because I already wrote the is. It's right there. So I'm a terrible typist, and I don't know. I
Yeah.
it's the best way for it. I'm much faster.
Well, when I was saying here, I mean, I generally type one-handed, but because my brain works faster than my fingers, I regularly miss words out. You know, it's I can appreciate it because my brain has already formulated the sentence,
Right.
and yet my hands are sort of 5 minutes behind. You know,
And catch up.
I mean, the QWERTY keyboard, the QWERTY keyboard is a great thing, but there are certain letters I would like to move around.
We should invent a new one. Screw these idiots. Invent
Right.
a new keyboard. You'd sell a bazillion of them, and see, there you go. The Peter Meredith enterprise has begun.
Yeah, well, you know.
That's Seamus.
That's all Seamus.
That's all Seamus. Seamus.
It's all right. You guys do the work. I'll just get the royalties.
There you go.
There you go.
He's an idea man.
What were you asking him?
I was
Yeah, a
asking,
random idea, man. But you know,
that's true. I was asking Seamus what how we pronounce his name for real. You had teased us.
right? Official. Right. The official pronunciation of my surname is McGuigan.
All right, McWegan.
There was actually a famous boxer in the 1980s called Barry McGuigan. He was famous in the UK anyway.
Okay.
No relation. So anyone over 40 in the UK knows how to pronounce my surname, but the surname is actually from Northern Ireland, and
I was
that's where
going to ask. I would thought
Yeah.
maybe it was Scottish or Irish or something.
yeah. But that's where the vast majority of my family are from, and where my father still lives in Northern Ireland. It's a Northern Irish Catholic surname, and it's pronounced McGuigan. Although dialects may vary. I mean, my accent is so messed up because I'm originally from Guernsey in the Channel Islands, and I now live in Doncaster in South Yorkshire. So you couldn't get two further accents different apart.
Like an
you know,
accent
it's,
mutt, yeah.
Right.
people say I sound posh here, probably because I pronounce things properly, you know. But yeah, it's
Sounds very royal, like you should be a prince or something.
no. Maybe the Prince of Darkness or the Prince
There
of
you
Chaos.
go, the Prince of Dark.
There you go.
Hey Peter, when you guys are just home, what genre do you like? Movies, books? What do you actually personally love the most? What genre do you like?
When it comes to reading, I'm a big fantasy guy from way back when. You know, when you grew up in the '80s, there was just so many fantasy novels and stories that I just loved all those. I was, you know,
Oh yeah.
I can remember reading as The Hobbit, things like that, and that's what I like. But really, I like anything that's well written, where the story is, you know, you just get immersed. That's my thing. That's why I that's about negative with Twilight. Can't do that. Twilight's the best book ever.
No, but
What's that?
I actually think that it's quite a big thing that you've managed to write successful books across multiple genres, as in fantasy, obviously the zombie apocalypse stuff, which is what everyone will always know you for. But the Hidden Lands trilogy was absolutely superb. And then you've got Sprite. Sprite, I mean, what can you say about Sprite? You know, it's
so
one of
good.
the best books I've read.
It is. It's really so powerful. It blew my mind. It really did. It's you keep blowing my mind with all these books. It's like I just keep saying it blew my mind. It blew my mind. It's like this one especially, because that freaking really blew my mind.
Well, thank you very
Right,
much.
right. Hang on, just bear with me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
No, there's nothing bad.
Talk amongst yourselves.
What he's up to now. Well,
Do you have a favorite movie, Peter?
No.
No, I don't think I have a favorite movie. I mean, some are so powerful. Schindler's List, things like that. Those
Good
are.
one.
I just went to get this, one of my prized possessions.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Very nice.
I really did enjoy writing those books. The Hidden
And signed.
Yep.
I love that story. Love it.
Awesome.
And not because
I
of
know,
Honestly-
it is cool. Well, most people stick to one genre usually, but you like literally have gone into, you know, multiple. I mean, really a whole bunch. And it's just, it's not many authors can successfully do that, you know, so that's freaking cool. It's really
Thank you very much.
it's awesome.
Generally speaking, you know, the story drives itself, and it's, you know, what makes it fantasy is the setting. So you could have almost the same story of a girl who doesn't know her origin set in real life, and this would be the Hidden Lands, that kind of thing. And it's if you understand the nature of story, then you can really write any genre whatsoever. Just some people have favorites, I guess.
well, and your favorite writing.
Well, you say you work out.
Oh no, you're
Go ahead, Stacey.
fine. I was just gonna say he's said over and over, despite how much he enjoys writing zombie apocalyptic horror, fantasy has always been his favorite to write.
Yeah. I mean, like it or loathe it, you will always be known for zombie stuff. That's just the way it is, you know. It's but hopefully, you know, through reading those books, like myself, I mean, the Apocalypse Undead World was my introduction to your books.
Mhm.
And that's what got me reading the other stuff as well.
Exactly.
You know, so in theory that should work for other people too.
In theory, that's the.
Oh, you finished that book? I was like, I have to devour every book he's ever written. It was so good. I literally was like,
Thank
okay,
you.
what's next? I got to find what else he's written now. You know?
Have you caught up yet, Victoria?
Sorry, my
I'm working on it.
Yeah. 39 books is a lot of books. I mean, I never expect anyone to read.
It is. I think I have about 15 down, so I'm halfway done. But they're,
Right.
you know, you better
And
keep writing because that will go misery on your ass if you don't.
I am. I still have to send out chapters to you guys, with the betas and all that kind of stuff. So, all right. Any more questions?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, well, the new book that obviously isn't out yet, I'm loving it, I have to say, but you know, we can't really talk about that properly yet because,
Yeah.
well, one thing I must ask, you do have an uncanny knack of writing child characters in an exceptionally good way. Is there anything you draw on from that? I mean,
Yeah,
you know, how do you do that? We're talking Sprite, Jilly Bean.
Uh-huh.
You know, your
Serena.
child characters are extremely powerful.
Well, thank you. I've always had an affinity for children. So whenever we see a baby, you know, I like babies and babies like me. It's just a sort of a natural. So if we see a baby, I'll let me have that baby, and the baby just loves me, and I love the baby right back. And I don't know,
He is right about that. He's always had a great connection with kids, whether they've been our own,
Right.
or,
Mhm.
you know, a stranger's kids. They've always really just kind of warmed up to him very naturally. And he's great with them too.
Right.
The fact that he loves to interact with them, he loves to play with them. He was always one of those daddies that was, you know, on his hands and knees doing the things that our kids wanted to do. A lot of dads, you know, really don't do. So he does. He's got a amazing connection with kids, and I think that might be a big reason why he's able to write about them as well as he does.
So another key to children is to make them to make sure you realize as a writer that they're a character. They're not a prop or a reason for the story to do this or that, or you know, I need an emotional tug, so I can bring in a kid and maybe they'll be blinded or whatever. The kid is their own character, and you know, as an adult, you're like, yeah, kids are a little bit shallow sometimes, and they don't have much going on that you can write about. But that's, you know, that's from our point of view. From their point of view, they think the same thing about us. Adults are boring. All they do is sit in front of the computer or whatever. So there's kids are real people, and you know, as long as you can, you know, understand that and see what they bring, they will flesh out just like any other character.
Yeah.
Maybe more so because, you know, a weaker character, for whatever reason, they really can draw people in. It's easy to write a big, strong character and he never loses, blah, 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 Mandalorian. and after a while, you get you need something that tears him down a little bit.
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
I'm sorry, but I want to wring its little neck. I'm really,
Yeah,
really
I hate
sorry,
that
but
thing.
I just want to do it. I won't out of respect, but I want to.
That's funny. Well, if there aren't any more questions, you guys, I think we're going to stop just because I think we are coming up on our 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're probably over time now.
Knowing us, we are.
And
So.
it's getting late here and I need to eat.
There you go.
And I need to
Well,
drink
happy
more, apparently. So.
Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for participating in the online con and for watching this segment of Meet the Author, Peter Meredith.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Seamus.
Yes, thanks, guys, for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.